Hello and welcome to Video Revealed. I'm Colin Smith and this is the easiest audio editing for non-engineers. All right, hats off to the wonderful engineers, product managers, Duran Gleaves, everybody that handles Adobe Audition, because this is brilliant. If you're familiar at all with the Lumetri color panel in Premiere Pro or the way that Lightroom works, you'll understand that there are incredibly powerful properties and they're given very simple sliders and names. There's no difference in what's happening under the hood. They're still powerful, yet they're easy for everyone. So Adobe Audition has taken this and they've created the Essentials sound panel. This takes the most typical things that an audio engineer would do and makes them simple for you and me. Puts them on simple sliders. But don't be fooled. This is not some kind of lower idiot mode that you can't use as an engineer. This is for the first, I can't tell you how freaked out I am. For the first time, an audio engineer will be happy that someone else, a newbie, used this because they can take what they've done and they can change it, update it, and add to it. Let's go look at the Essentials sound panel. All right. Over on the right-hand side, and if you don't have this, then you don't have the latest version of Adobe Audition. It's the sound panel sitting over here, and there are different workspaces, and you can go to Essential Video Mixing on the right-hand side. This is the default that I'm going to leave up. You'll notice that there are 4 different sections in here, and these follow engineering guidelines, where you're normally fixing the dialogue, music, and then sound effects, and then ambience. Sometimes people put the sound effects and ambience in the same. They're actually broken out in here. The idea is that you select one or more clips in a multi-track session. This is the first thing you've got to understand. You can't bring in an audio clip and try this. The audio clip has to be inside a multi-track session. It's not hard at all. And I'll show you how to do this, and I'll show you one feature that Audition has that, again, I wish Premiere Pro had. Let's go have a look. So in the File menu, New, Multi-Track Session, we name this. I'm going to name it Dialogue. You can set whether you're using a template on this, and there are lots of templates, and you can save templates. You set the rate, the bit depth, and the master out if it's mono, stereo, or 5.1. Click OK. And I'm using my scroll wheel here on the left. Over here, I've got a bunch of dialogue clips. I've got 9 of them. I want 9 in 9 separate tracks. Select them, drag them over here, and by default, they're all on the same track. Oh, if you hold down the Alt key or the Option key on Mac, they all go to different layers. It's telling me I have a mismatch. No problem. I'm just going to click OK. Look at that. 9 layers, 9 tracks. Oh, that is so much easier. So let's select all of these and then go over to the Essential Sound panel. And you can see now dialogue, music, sound effects, and ambience are now lit up. Now I'll click on dialogue, and you'll notice down here in each one of these clips, the mix type has now been set. If I turn this back off, it removes it. This way you get to understand what has been applied to that clip. Oh, very smart. Well, let's look first at the presets. So right away, there are a number of presets that you can use, and these will set up everything for you. But if we just walk through this, we'll have a better understanding. Unify loudness. Oh, if I click auto match, it now auto matched each clip individually. So to show you that, I'll select one of these clips and then go to the properties, and you can see the clip gain, and if you don't see the basics, twirl this down. The clip gain is going to be different for each one. That's exactly what an audio engineer would do. You clicked on one button, Unify Audio, and it unifies it based on the ITU loudness. So it's not some arbitrary, what is this? It's actually what an engineer would do. It's non-destructive because if you go and change that back to 0, you're back in square one. Fantastic. You give this to an audio engineer and say, here's my audition session. The first thought is, oh boy, I got to go clean this up. Well, they can fix and remove everything non-destructively. All right, let's go back to selecting all of these. And You can see how we can reduce noise, repair, reduce rumble, de-hum, get rid of 50 or 60 cycle hum, improve clarity. So if I want to add dynamics, I click on dynamics, and now all of these, and now they're all playing at once, mind you, but it's adding the dynamics to all of that. I've got EQ settings to enhance speech and an overall volume setting. Where are these effects? So let's click on one of these effects, go to the effects rack, and make sure I'm not on track effects, I'm on clip effects. And you can see every single thing that has been done to this clip. All right, you as a new user, you're just going to the Essential Sound panel and clicking on certain things and you're done. Great. If you want to hand this off to an audio engineer, they could take it a step further. Let me show you actually processing some dialogue. Okay, so now I'm selecting one clip. This is an interview.
I think my first foray in...
And you can see that it would definitely need some boost in here. So again, I could jump into here and just choose one of these. For instance, I can make it sound like a telephone.
I think my first foray into technology is a...
So that's interesting. But let's go to improve the clarity. I'm going to add dynamics to this, and I'll turn the dynamics up. And what this is actually doing, if we open up the dynamics processing, it's actually changing this wave. That should freaking blow your mind. Over here on the right, improve clarity dynamics 1 slider. Over on the left, years of audio editing expertise drawing this beautiful S curve in here. Brilliant, okay? So let's add some EQ to this. And again, I'm going to go to my presets and I'll choose a subtle boost. I'll enhance the speech, make it male, and now let's listen.
I think my first foray...
Let's boost the volume.
I think my first foray into technology
Over on the left,
is
I'll
a young
turn this
kid
down.
Playing with stereos.
That's before.
And, connecting things to TV.
That's after. It couldn't get any freaking easier. If you have no idea what you're doing in Adobe Audition or audio or whatever, a couple of very clear things inside the Essential Sound panel help you understand how to fix that. All right, what about noise? Let's go to this second clip and listen to this.
When I first started Ride, I was really taken with her.
So let's go to, I don't know, repair sound, reduce noise.
When I first started Ride, I was really taken with her ability. She has a...
Wow. One button, reduce noise. Now, you'll hear the noise at the beginning of this clip. That's because this reduce noise, the adaptive noise reduction, has to listen first. So typically you would have a beginning before the actual voice is speaking, and it hears the noise, and then it clamps down on it, and it completely removes it. And again, like I showed you, we could reduce rumble in here and all of those things. Now, let's go to a music file. Select that and look what's in music. Well, by default, we can remix to 30, 60, or 90 seconds. So if I go to 30 seconds, it's going to analyze the clip, and this is using the new Audition Remix technology, which I have another tutorials. Well, I'll put a link here so you can watch that. Now my clip is 30 seconds long. And if I wanted to, I could change that number in here. So if I type 15 dot, enter, it's now 15 seconds long. Over on the sound effects, let's go back to our interview. If we go back to Dave here, we can go to our sound effects and make this sound like it's in a large room.
First foray into technology is...
Or let's make it sound like it's close up.
First foray into technology is a young kid.
And if we wanted, we could get more creative down here and turn on heavy reverb and something as simple as panning. If you wanted something to sound like it's in the left speaker or the right speaker, where the heck is that pan control in a multi-channel? Oh, it's right here. Now I just move over there.
first foray into
left.
technology as
right.
a young kid, playing with stereo.
And then in ambience, a bunch of other settings from being more focused, more from the outside, room tone, deep and wide. So if we go back to our music session, let's listen to this one. And let's listen to the stereo width. I hope you're understanding the power of this and the brilliance of this. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Let's say that you work for an organization and you want your staff to start using this, but you're not hot on the settings that Adobe use. You've got your specific settings as an audio engineer that you want to put inside here. You can customize this whole interface. Boom! Watch this. Let's go. Back in this little flyout menu, master template view, and you open up each one of these, and that is the target loudness that Adobe has set. The repair settings, you can set a minimum and maximum of what the adaptive noise settings are. You can choose the EQ settings that you use, and you can even add a new EQ setting of your own and save that in there and have that available to users. In the creative, you can set up your own reverb settings. Same with music. Same with sound effects, same with ambience. So that is the master template view, not the user view. Most users are not going to go in there, but you could customize that so users are picking the exact settings they want. They're using the amazing DSP power of Adobe Audition, but they're using simple guidelines, simple controls right there in front of you to make your best audio sounding files ever. Hats off to the wonderful engineers at Adobe and the Audition team for making the Essentials sound panel. All right, if you found this informative, thanks. And if you're new to Video Reveal, why not subscribe? If you want to take your support up another level, join us over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Till next time, it's my job to get you looking and sounding your best.